guys have a good week? Yeah. All right, yeah. My week's been a roller coaster. I say that no matter what. Everybody gets it, you know. You're like, oh yeah, roller coaster. Ups, but downs. Downs, but ups. It's a perfect metaphor for my week. Makes me wonder, like, how did people even talk about their week before the invention of roller coasters? How's your week been? Oh, you wouldn't believe. It's just some sort of up and down machine. If you can imagine it, like a train upon a rickety scaffolding. You wait an hour, you might vomit, and you get pictures at the end. That's how my week's been. No, it's been a crazy week. Oh, this was embarrassing. I accidentally said woohoo. It was my fault though. I went down a slide. Crazy week, real roller coaster. Ups and downs. Here's a down. I found out, this was sad. Turns out my pet stick bug Methuselah is just a stick. I know. Thank you. I was trying to explain to my friends how heartbroken I was, and they were like, he didn't feel anything when you found that out, you know? So I no longer believe in stick bugs at all. I think that's a conspiracy. Like, we got carried away with that one, guys. There was just a breeze, and somebody was like, bug. Woo! Yeah. Let's see what else. I quit marijuana for the 27th time this year. Oh, thank you. No, not all heroes wear capes. It's tough, man. People don't really believe you when you tell them that you're trying to quit marijuana because you think you're addicted. They're just, it's a little bit like being bisexual. You know? They're like, oh, that sounds hard. I support you. And then when you're not in the room, you're like, I don't think that's real. I know. Seriously, though, I'm trying to not smoke. It's hard because I work for myself, so I'm my own boss, which sucks because I am the coolest fucking boss you could ever imagine. It's a problem. Like the other week, I called in nostalgic. Just called my boss, like, hey boss, can't work today, just wistfully thinking about the golden days. He was like, oh, that sounds bad. You should smoke a bowl and juggle a soccer ball in the backyard. I was like, maybe even take a couple gummies and go to the zoo. He's like, really? Henry Violet Zoo, it's free. Just go to the zoo. I was like, okay, boss, if you insist. I wish zoos were ethical. A little bit of a tangent, but like, it sucks, right? Because they really have a monopoly on being able to see elephants. Like it's the only place in town that I personally can see an elephant. Hear me out. Like sometimes you want to see an elephant. It's like get a hankering. And you're just like, but it's unethical. It looks so sad. Like, here's the moral dilemma. Like, on the one hand, you go to the zoo and the rhinoceros looks like just clinically depressed. But on the other hand, I get to see a rhinoceros. I don't know. You can go either way. If the African megafauna bum you out, though, I recommend the penguins. Penguins seem completely unperturbed by their predicament. It's like a tween sleepover over at the. It's great, and if you're on gummies, you might even get their inside jokes. That's what I've learned. It's a lot of fish jokes, but they're funny. They're good jokes. Yeah. Anyways, I didn't do my taxes this year. It's hard. Being an adult is hard, as we all know. Like, responsibility is tough. There's always something more fun you can do. You know? It's crazy. Yeah. Being an adult is hard, but I had a weird childhood as well. I'm from this place, you guys have probably heard of it, it's Ohio. The land of windmills. water towers, and my parents. No, I had a weird childhood. It was, both my parents are folklorists. Be serious. You study the lore of the folk. We had 5 cats, which is legally one too many. I loved all 5 of them. They were great. It was weird though, because they were folklorists, and we just had this weird little house in a small town in Ohio. You know, we went to Catholic church though, and this one time I asked the priest who his favorite god was. He rolled with it. He was like, "Oh well, I'm a big fan of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit." I was like, "I didn't say top 3." Come on now. He explained to me. He was like, "No, it's a central doctrine of Catholicism. It's called the Trinity, 3 in 1." I was like, "Cool. I like Poseidon." He was like, "All right, we're not too big on Poseidon here at St. Aloysius of Gonzaga at the church." I was like, he can talk to dolphins. I don't know if you're understanding. He can control the oceans, and he's got a trident, 3 in 1. Give me a break, kid. No, man, church is cool. I like the Bible overall. There's some crazy stories. Like my favorite one, the Tower of Babel. You guys know that one? Yeah, no, we're gay. Me too, okay? It took some time. Like I had to go to church. I was 10. But they were building this tower, this big old tower of Babel, or whatever. And like, what happened was God got mad at them, so he made everybody speak different languages, and so they couldn't finish the Tower of Babel. But I think maybe what actually happened is it was like 3 p.m. on a Friday. And one guy was just like, Argen Blarfen, Snurkadoo, can't look for you. No comprendo. Can you imagine calling into work with Norwegian? Like, your boss would be like, "Oh, you should smoke a bowl and go to the zoo." There are good bosses out there. Man, the world didn't make sense to me. There were so many weird things, there was just like the things we were taught, like the morals of stories. Like there was that fable, the tortoise and the hare, and the moral of that story was slow and steady wins the race. You guys know this one where they have a race, and the tortoise wins because the hare takes a nap in the middle of the race. And we were taught slow and steady wins the race. No. The moral of that story is don't take a fucking nap in the middle of a race. Like, I ran track in high school. Not once was my coach like, "By the way, if you guys get tired," that's after or before. It's not during the 100-meter dash. Man, the TV shows were weird too. Do you guys remember Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego? Yeah. I was just like, how about San Diego? Like, come on, right? Like, if my friend came up to me and was like, "Hey, tell me Milwaukee went missing." Like, "Oh, 2 tickets to Paris. It's in the sewers of Paris." Nonsense. I liked Wishbone, though. You guys like Wishbone? Yeah. In retrospect, though, I think that dog probably didn't actually like literature. I think it was just a dog. I think he probably hated that. And they were like, "What's the story, Wishbone?" And he's like, "Give me dog food." Like, how about throw a stick? And they're like, "Did you say Huck Finn?" "Oh, all right, Odysseus." And he's, "No, I'm a dog! I'm a dog." What kind of dog is he anyways? I don't know. I don't know my dog breeds. There's like 101. Big Red. Somebody said the actual one though. Terrier. Cool. He's a little guy with a spot. It's fine. Oh man. Yeah, another one that confused me was Fuzzy Wuzzy. Which I was looking this up recently because I'm my own boss and I can look things up instead of work. But And like, because Fuzzy Wuzzy, it's not like a thing, it's not like a TV show, it's not like a song, it's just like kids turn 8 and just know Fuzzy Wuzzy. You know, Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear, Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair, Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't very fuzzy. I want to rewind to the very first line. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear? Like, are we at his funeral right now? Is this his eulogy? That's a fucked up nickname for a hairless bear, by the way. Are you kidding me? Oh, man. That was cool. The thing that was nice about having parents who studied the lore of the folk is they traveled a lot. And so when we were 10, we went to Spain. Yeah, España. That's what they call it there. That's crazy. We went to Ireland when I was like 1. I don't remember it at all, but apparently I had an Irish accent. We were there for like a year. So I had an Irish accent until I was like 6. I'm so sad I lost my Irish accent. It's the best accent. I looked it up. The best accent. Like, my favorite word in Irish is ting. Like, here's the ting. Here's the ting. I love that. Apparently one time we came back, I still had my Irish accent. We were staying with some family friends, and I got up at like 4 a.m. and I was just like making a bunch of noise, looking through the cabinets in the kitchen, and the family friends came downstairs and were just like, "Will, what are you doing?" And I was like, "Where's the fucking cereal?" I wish I could still say that. Yeah. And then there was Spain. That was like 4th grade for me, 4th grade, and man, it was bonkers. So my parents didn't speak Spanish. Me and my siblings didn't speak Spanish. So my parents told us, like, hey, if somebody comes up to you and starts talking to you, just say, no hablas español. Which does not mean I don't speak Spanish. It does mean you don't speak Spanish. So I'm just walking around Madrid as a 10-year-old. You don't speak Spanish. You don't speak Spanish. So confidently telling these Spanish. Like drawing on a painting at the museum, and there's like a Senor Perdóname. Nope, you don't speak Spanish. Get out of here. No. Man, Spain was crazy. They have bullfights there. I don't know if anybody here like sports with an underdog. And if you do, you should check out bullfights. If you like underdogs who get ritualistically murdered in an arena, check out bullfights. It was crazy, man. I just think like if you've ever gone to a bullfight, it's so unfair. You go there and the stands, all humans. Talk about home field advantage. Like, I want to see a Matador win an away game. You know, just like a pasture. Just like 100 bulls in a ring. Like, let's see Fancy Pants Mr. Rodrigo try to do. They're all named Rodrigo, by the way. Yeah. No, I'll get out of here on this last story. So this one time in Spain, my parents took me and my siblings out to a restaurant. They were playing a bullfight on the TV. And what happened was, in the bullfight, the bull, put this into American terms, the bull scored a touchdown. Hole in one with his horns. It was bad, yeah. He got the guy. Like, it happens, you know, you're playing with fire. But so in the like, my brother, who loves an underdog, woo! Yeah, not what you're supposed to do, guys. So the whole place goes completely quiet. And the manager or whatever comes over and he's like, look, we take this really seriously here. Like, this is part of our culture, so it's honestly probably safer for you if you just leave. And my father was like, sir, you don't speak Spanish.